what we're about to talk about, he would
40.
care. 40? Yeah, but okay, so let me just introduce it because I don't want to go too much further and be vague about it.
The whitest debate.
The whitest debate of all time. It is, but a little bit of a joke. Mac Miller, Eminem. Who's the better artist?
That's what I'm saying.
Who's the better artist?
Old heads like our dad's age
aren't going to know Mac
look
as
all
well.
corny.
But that's the problem. They're going to have a biased opinion because they're not going to know Mac as well. I feel like our age is perfect because we experienced the full peak of both careers.
I would agree with that. Yeah, I would agree with that.
We experienced,
especially Mac. We're way more cognizant of Mac's, blow up than we were of Eminem's. Like Eminem's, we were kids, but like it was so big that like you knew who Eminem was.
Yeah,
like you knew about Eminem your whole life.
Nah, dude, I had Eminem in the CD player, like all 3 of the CDs, and like just back
That's what
and
I'm
forth.
saying.
It wasn't like I just knew about it. I was addicted back then.
True
in the
story.
same way that when I was like in late high school years, I was addicted to Mac's music.
This is a true story. In like 2nd grade, I went to the playground by myself on the swings and Rat Mockingbird the whole time. By myself, no headphones, no music playing.
Yo,
So like I knew about Eminem for a minute.
Don't make me spit water on the laptop.
That is a true story. So I was an Eminem lover, a Mac lover. I really don't like Eminem.
Okay, so the debate is just gonna be like who's better as an artist. And let me just finish what I said about the older generation. They wouldn't know Mac's catalog as well, so they would have a biased opinion and say Eminem. But also the same thing with people a little bit younger than us, like people that are in the age from like 18 to 20. They don't really know Eminem like that. They almost see Eminem as kind of a joke. I feel like
he's corny now.
Exactly, and that's what they know him more as. They don't remember the dude from like 2000.
That's why I don't like Eminem, because he kind of like tarnished his career. Like he should have just stopped making music. Dude, once I saw, and I thought about this when I first seen it. I never thought this was cool. I always thought this was corny. When Not Afraid came out, I was like, he's done. He's never gonna make a good song ever again. That is the corniest song ever. And I actually got beef with anybody who likes that song. If you like Not Afraid, I can't even listen to your music taste. Like I don't want to hear a single opinion you got.
No
That
limit.
song's
Hit me
terrible.
up if you like the song Not Afraid, and we'll schedule a boxing match between you and Danny.
I want to know in the comments if you like Not Afraid by Eminem. I want to hear it. I want to know who out there likes Not Afraid.
Someone copy and paste the entire lyrics.
What did he do with that? So what was that? Recovery or Relapse? Then he's got Marshall Mathers LP2. Who listens to the Marshall Mathers LP2? Who listens to that?
I want to give an unpopular opinion before we continue on that. You argued that Eminem has tarnished his career, and I would argue that Mac Miller was on the way to doing the same thing. I liked every Mac project from Macadelic all the way through Good AM. And after Good AM, when he released The Divine Feminine, that was written partially or completely about Ariana Grande,
I think it's completely.
I was just like, nah, that's not the direction he needs to go in. Then the following album was Swimming. After The Divine Feminine was Swimming. There wasn't one in between that.
Then Circles came out after he died. Like they finished it off.
Yeah. The Divine Feminine, I wasn't fucking with it. Swimming, I didn't love it. There were a few tracks that I liked. It was nowhere near my level of love or respect for like Faces or watching movies or Macadelic, anything like that. And then the last one, Postmortem. I'm not a fan of Postmortem albums in general.
Album. Dude, I actually
didn't like
thought
it.
Swimming was his best. I actually think Swimming's his best work. Besides that and Faces are his best work. Like a complete work. Swimming all the way through and Faces, they're both his best works.
Yeah.
I think the only forgettable Mac shit is like Blue Slide Park.
I gotta be 100% honest. No Limit, like Swimming, I didn't really listen to it from beginning to end. It was one of those where normally with albums I'll listen to songs first. Like I'll play it halfway through, like 2 minutes into a song. I'll skip to the next one.
What was the first single off that album? Like the first song that came out? I don't even remember.
I don't know.
You know what
either.
it was? Self-Care.
That's what got me off of it too, because it was like I didn't want to see him going through that. Like, I just felt like he was in like a sad spot. He really was. Like,
yeah, he was.
When it was like
that was after he broke up
when
with
it was
Ariana
like
Grande.
Faces and watching movies and he was like drugged out. That didn't even bother me. But what bothered me was when it started to get like, I know that this dude is like, he's hurting inside.
I think
like,
Faces is
like
even
that.
sadder because he's just fucked up. Swimming's just like a breakup album. You know how many artists got a breakup album out there? There's a ton.
Shit hurts, bro.
Yeah, Divine Feminine's like his love album, right? His love album to Ariana Grande, his love letter to Ariana Grande. Then he follows it up with Swimming because they broke up. But so it's a more depressed album. But then there's also some songs in there where he's like, I got all the time in the world to like, you know, I'm coming back, I'm happier than ever. Like those are lyrics on that album. So like, I think that it's not as sad as Faces. I think like the Faces phase of Mac Miller was the saddest because he's just completely. Every song is about him being junked out. Mm-hmm. They're all the songs like Angel Dust. That's just a junky song. You know what I mean? So I think that Faces is a sadder part in his career, but I think Faces
I love that song,
is amazing.
Dust, actually.
Angel Dust is awesome. Faces is great, dude. I can't believe it's not on streaming services.
But what you said about the middle of Eminem's career, I actually think that I might have this sentiment about some of those albums that I didn't like about Mac. I didn't like those when they came out from being like a young Eminem fan, like the early 2000s when like Recovery, Relapse came out. I did not like those albums. But going back older and listening to them, I can respect them. Like some of those songs, like some of the just bars and like raps that are on them songs are just like, he's still Eminem. Like them songs were not the songs that were on like Eminem Show and Slim Shady, Marshall Mathers LP.
Eminem Show's his best album?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay.
I would say that.
Okay, so we agree on that. That's definitely his best album.
But that one, I think it was Relapse, where like the cover was like him. It looked like orange pills, and it was like his face.
Yeah, like the collage.
That one has bangers on it. I don't care what nobody says. I've gone back to that album and listened again.
I think
that album's
before
got
Not Afraid,
bangers
though. That's
on
the
it.
album before Recovery, which is.
Bagpipes from Baghdad is one of the most slept on
I forgot about
songs. Not let alone Eminem songs. Bagpipes from Baghdad is one of the most slept on songs that exist in music. No other caveats to it. It is one of the most slept on songs out there.
Yeah,
and it's on that album.
I think Relapse is before Recovery.
Yeah.
So I'm fine. Like I said, that once Not Afraid came out, I knew his career was going in the tank. Because what was the last one he put out where he's like in like the top hat? Like what the fuck was that album? The last one, the one with the American flag.
Nah, if you want to get into that Eminem, I don't listen to that.
What was
Eminem.
the one with the American flag?
I think that's like a clone or something.
Yeah, like how they killed off Paul McCartney in the '60s and just like faked them. Like Eminem died and they got like this new Eminem.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, dude. That new Eminem is trash.
That's what I mean though. But like I feel like Mac didn't have that. Like wow, that's garbage. Even Circles, when Circles came out, like it's got some good songs on it. Like Blue World's a good song, Complicated's a good song. It's got good songs on it. But like, do I listen to what's the Good Things? Like that's it's kind of corny.
And honestly, I would never say like, oh well, he passed away. You don't know if he was gonna get there because I don't think Mac was gonna get there. I think he was such a talented guy. He would never put out anything that was absolute garbage.
I don't think so.
So I would agree with your argument there that there is some stuff that Eminem has out in his catalog that is garbage. It is pure garbage. There is no use for it, and Mac doesn't have anything that I think is like that bad. There's stuff that I don't like, but he doesn't have anything that's garbage.
Plus, Mac, I feel like Mac has like his drugged out stuff, but he doesn't have like nothing crazy. Like Eminem was making like Kill You, and like all those songs about his mom. Like Eminem was just like he's like a different breed of rapper. Mac Miller's rapping about like Blue Slide Park and like kids is like getting fucked up with my friends and my boys. Then he's like, yeah, I'm on drugs. Then it was just like, oh, I'm actually doing better. Eminem's like, I'll kill my fucking mom and rape my girlfriend. Like, he was just nuts. You know what I mean? Like, that was all his songs for a while. The Way I Am, bro, he's just like, The Way I Am is such an angry, targeted song.
Whatever you say I am.
But, like, just the beat, like, he was just on a whole different wavelength than Mac Miller. Eminem's just angry. Mac Miller just, like, good vibes. Like, remember, like, his old corny logo? It was, like, the peace sign and shit. Like, he was just a corny kid. But Eminem was just, like, an angry, like, I lived in a trailer park forever. Like,
yeah. I didn't love Mac in like his early years. I really only liked him in the middle of his career, the peak, which I said from the beginning that we saw both peaks. We saw the peak of Eminem and we saw the peak of Mac. And when we talked about this before, I went into like, all right, well, if you just wanted to argue purely success, Eminem's one of the best-selling artists of all time. Like, there's just
but you can't go off of that.
You can't really do that.
Nickelback's like the most selling, like the highest selling foreign act in America. Out of Rolling Stones, Beatles, Nickelback has sold more records in America than any other foreign band ever. So you can't go off of that. Rolling Stones are better than Nickelback.
You see that Beatles album? My man Danny knows his rock shit. I don't know a thing about rock, but if you want to talk about rock,
I can have a whole hour-long podcast by myself talking about the Beatles. Beatles and Beach Boys.
You and
They're
my
guys.
grandpa. I
Me and
just put
Kev
my
one day are gonna
grandpa.
talk about the we're gonna talk about the Beatles on a pod. But I just think like Mac Miller. What's even crazy about Mac Miller is that he has probably more music than Eminem. Mac Miller's got a ton of projects under Mac Miller, mixtapes, albums. Then he was like Easy Mac when he was like 15. He's got the Larry Fisherman shit.
Delusional Thomas.
Delusional Thomas. Like he was just cranking out original music forever, nonstop. Eminem's got albums.
Delusional Thomas has some bangers.
Dude, he's got
honestly.
good
He's got
music.
like one project, but that shit was decent.
Larry Fisherman, like he did a bunch of stuff. It's just all instrumentals and stuff. But like he's so talented. He played the instruments. Like he's just a. I think he's a way more talented artist than Eminem. You can argue the lyrics thing. Eminem's just an all-time great lyricist.
Yeah.
I gotta give it to Mac.
Different
My God.
aspects of each guy are better than the other. It's like you're not even arguing two people that are in any way, shape, or form like similar or like doppelganger. Like they're two different guys, but
Two completely different
I just
guys.
feel like there's certain stuff that just tips the scale in Eminem's favor, and like there's just no arguing it. Like Eminem is just bigger. He meant more to music. Like he changed music more. I think he's just got it. Slightly, Mac's not far behind.
But do you think
I do
that's
feel like
because-
his death propelled him higher
for
as
sure.
well. When
For
Eminem passes away, people are gonna love that guy much more than they do right now.
I just think Eminem also benefits from being the first white rapper. Like, yeah, you had the Beastie Boys, but you ever listen to like Beastie Boys 1 and Paul's Boutique? They're
No,
like
I really didn't
they're like
listen to
corny,
that
like
at
sit
all.
on the stoop raps. Like they're good and they're talented, but like not until like Eminem was already out did the Beastie Boys start making stuff like Intergalactic and like actual like better rap music, in my opinion. So like Eminem was the first white dude. Like Dr. Dre took him under his wing and people were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He was the first dude to like really just break into the scene and pretty much take over till I would say about like 50 Cent and G Unit came out. Like Eminem was really the guy in rap.
Yeah.
And then 50 Cent blew it all up with Get Rich and Die Trying and stuff like that. And then they started like then when they were like the two top juggernauts.
I think Eminem and Dr. Dre is like one of the great like rap combos of all time.
Collabs,
It's kind
yeah.
of cliche, but just worth
Yeah,
saying.
but like just the
they
fact that
are.
like Dr. Dre saw him, discovered him, was like, I'm gonna make this dude a star, and just did. Dr. Dre's like he's just a G. Like everything he did just turned to gold. You know what I mean? He's just like a self-made billionaire.
Yeah.
Beats by Dre is like one of the biggest brands. Like everything he does to touch the gold turns to gold. So Eminem had Dr. Dre. Mac Miller just put music out on.
Mac Miller was
online.
his own producer. That's
Yeah.
another thing you could add and then if you're really bringing everything into the argument and you wanted to say artistic ability, I don't think Eminem knows how to play instruments or knows how to read music. Like Mac Miller is a true musician. He knows
Yeah.
how to do
Also,
all that.
different time. Like when Eminem was like first coming out, like the only way you really could get big is if someone discovered you. Mac Miller was like, well, I live in a digital age. I can just put my music out on DatPiff.
Big collabs, biggest collab. We got Eminem with Elton John, and we got Mac Miller with Miguel.
Miguel, yeah. No, I mean, yeah. Dr. Dre, like, Eminem's company's Dr. Dre, and Elton John and Rihanna and like all those 50 Cent. Eminem's is Miguel and Schoolboy Q and
You mean Mac Miller's?
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, but Mac Miller's like just that whole crew of dudes that like, excuse me, that like kind of fuck with each other. Like they're not like a crew or anything, but like Mac, Vince Staples, Schoolboy Q, like all them guys are cool. Like I really just enjoy the vibes
Anderson
that
.Paak.
whole like, you know, kind of like
I think they all got
friend
good
group
music.
I guess gives off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they all got good music too.
And they said they used to go. A lot of artists talk about like when Mac first made his money, that he had like a real nice house in L.A. and they would all like hang out there. And make
Mac
music
Miller had
all
a
the time.
show,
Yeah, he did have a TV show.
and
for
that
a
was
little
basically
bit.
like him and his boys like living in this big
him
crib,
and his boys in the house. Yeah.
and they would just do dumb shit, like kind of like Robin Big, but like it was Mac Miller and his friends. Yeah, in my opinion, I think that even before he died, I thought Mac Miller was at the top of rap, like mainstream rap. Like if you really want to think about it in terms of everything he did in his whole career, at the time he put out Swimming, I thought he was already there.
Did it all without a Drake feature too.
Did it all without a J feature.
That's crazy. You came with the other bar. I forgot that was another bar in there.
Bro, I'm a fucking
Any
Big
bar.
Mac head. Big Mac head.
We should come up with a segment. Any bar. As soon as
Any
somebody
bar.
says any bar, you just gotta spit